Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday, July 1st, 2019. Oh, my God, where is the summer going? I am here with the always wonderful, the always lovely Justin Long, who does arguably the most favorite character on F is for Family, Kevin Murphy. Hey, before we get into that, and I put you on the spot.
Dildo.
Yeah,
Freaking dildo. This is surreal for me because I've listened to almost every episode, and
I know you are a big fan of this podcast.
Fan of the show. Yeah. I'm going to try to tone it down a little bit. I don't want to come on.
No, it's all right.
But I'm a big fan, so it's weird to hear you even go to the Monday morning. It's weird to even hear you do the introduction.
Yeah, that's why I don't video it.
Oh,
I like to keep a mystery.
Yeah,
right?
And it just got
like Cher. Where is she?
That's right.
She's in Malibu.
And it'd be like
What's
if I woke
she doing?
up in bed with Cher, and I saw behind the.
Cher's still hot. Cher was fucking smoking when I was a kid. I got you, babe. Hey, let me read this here. Please let the listeners know. Okay, I did a live podcast from Phoenix, Arizona, in front of a crowd. No edits. Will be posted on my YouTube channel this week. Please subscribe to the Monday Morning Podcast on the YouTube page. And you can follow at the MM Podcast and at Bill Burr on Twitter for tour updates and new videos. I got a couple of new tour dates here. I'm going to be at Foxwoods Resort and Casino in Connecticut on August 11th, and I'll be doing the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas on December 21st. Justin, I'm actually going there in September to do a date because I want to see Elton John because I believe him when he says he's going to retire.
Is that what he says?
I think this is the last one. It's getting there.
He's been saying that for a while?
No, everybody else says it all the time.
Yeah.
Everybody always
fakes out.
Well, there they go. This is the last one. This is and everybody.
Like the Brett Favre of singer-songwriters.
Yeah. Like I saw The Who in 89, like 7 years after their first farewell tour. And I paid to see them because it was like, dude, you don't know. You don't know if these guys are going to be back. And
well, that's why I'd like to see the Stones because it's also just a fact of nature. They might not. I mean,
somebody might die.
Somebody might die. I mean,
how old are they? They're pushing like 80, right?
They're I think they're close.
You want to hear I was reading
like hard 80. Like that's like an old 80. Keith Richards.
Keith isn't, but Keith doesn't go as hard as everybody thinks.
Oh, really?
Keith went hard in the 70s, and then that was it. He got labeled as that guy. Like I don't think
he still smokes a lot though.
He smokes. And I don't know what else. And he has like a glass of wine or whatever, but he doesn't like, you physically can't fucking do it. You can't do it.
Yeah.
You can't do it. I hate that, but I've gotten to that age. Like my new drug now is 8 hours sleep. It's my favorite thing ever.
Oh my God. Well, that's why I got a physical the other day. My doctor said, can't believe we're talking about this. Because I'm 41 now. And so I felt.
You're 41, you fucking 41. Asshole. You look like you're 22. Flat stomach, full head of hair. Oh my, I thought you were like 31.
You got a flat stomach.
No, I don't.
So you shave your head.
And why do you think that is, Justin? Because I have beautiful locks.
Well, I'm just wondering, when's the last time you tried to grow it in? I'm wondering how much it could grow.
I got the thing in the back. It's thin in the back, and I don't know what else. At some point, you just got to take control of it.
I think Travolta did that recently.
He finally did?
I think he just started. I think he did.
I can't imagine, like, the world of toupees. Like how hot your fucking head gets,
especially now. Like a day like this, can you imagine? I've seen a couple. Bill and I were just walking. We were wading through. How would you say?
How would I describe it with the humanity out there? Yeah. we are fucking idiots. We are like right in the crosshairs of the gay pride parade. Yeah. We were supposed to meet on Friday. Something happened where you weren't going to get here in time. So I was like,
I took a bus from the Berkshires in Massachusetts, and I figured. When the bus will arrive roughly around the time it says it will, and we're supposed to get in at 2:30,
right?
2:25, and it got in at 5:05. Mm-hmm. That's what time the bus arrived.
Oh my God!
Isn't that nuts? Stuck in traffic.
Well, that's why I don't take buses anymore.
Yeah, well, I should have known.
If it was like a booze one, you could like drink. Well, right. I don't drink anymore. But anyways, yeah. So we fucking down here right in the middle of the gay pride parade. And I was joking with you, like when I'm home on my couch in air conditioning, I am the most liberal person ever. You get me out in the fucking sun, and I was literally like, these people are against God.
Because you can't move.
They should all be eliminated. No, it was just...
We're in hell.
No, what it wasn't all the gay people. It was all the cops not knowing where they could tell you to cross.
Exactly. And the ally, the quote unquote, the people who are doing it for the day, who are buying the rainbow flags.
Oh, the allies.
For like $20 from the vendors. It's all become so weirdly monetized. And look, there's no. I was saying to you, there's nobody I like more than, I think maybe my favorite demographic are gay people. I think I prefer them to straight.
You like the gays? I like cigar smokers.
Cigar smoking gays or cigar smoker any sexuality?
I don't give a shit. I don't want you. Cigar smokers are cool. They're just chilling. It's quiet.
That's
it's
true.
smoky, but it's fucking quiet, and they're all like characters. And
they're like Scorsese characters.
They're sort of like I don't know. There's just something about it where you're an old man in a cool way.
You know what it is? Maybe there's an ease to them. There's a patience to them because you got to be patient to smoke one of those. You don't huff them down, right?
I think when you're early on, you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Like I had a buddy of mine, I'd give him like a Cuban cigar, and he would tell me later he smoked it like right outside the comedy club. It's like, near the dumpster. That's where you did it. It's like smoking a cigar is an event. You sit down, you chill, nice chair, there's a game on, you have a nice drink.
Right.
And then the conversation, because this cigar, because the thing that's holding you there, okay, is so enjoyable. Versus that parade, which was a total inhibiting what the fuck we were trying to do.
Right.
Like if I was sitting on a balcony watching that parade, I would have the time of my fucking life.
That's what we were saying. We should get drinks after and just sit.
Yeah,
and
trying to get through it.
Yeah,
is a completely different
well,
thing.
because they don't let you go east-west. All these streets are shut down, right? So every street you go to, there's a barrier. And I was also thinking the amount of money they must be spending, the money that the city must be spending on cops, on the fucking barriers.
Yeah, there's three major, but this is also it's the way they were billing it was this is sort of the world's pride parade.
Oh, okay.
So that's what it is. This is like the Super Bowl of gays.
Okay. So what does that make us?
And we came in like the non-sports fans.
Yeah, we're not football fans.
Who also happened to go to New Orleans because they wanted to try the fucking fried chicken or something down there. Or go down to Bourbon Street and there was a bunch of meathead sport fans.
We're like foodies who heard about one particular restaurant on Bourbon Street.
Yeah. We're doing a travel show. Yeah. No, I'll tell you what's been talking about sports and shit is gay as that pride parade is. That is not the gayest thing that's going on right now. I actually
I've
argue
done gayer things this week.
The gayest thing right now that's going on is the NBA offseason.
Yeah.
They should have like a flamboyant, like I'm talking like 80s sitcom level gay guy reading the offseason like, did you hear that Kyrie is talking to KD on a boat and they're all going to end up in New York, honey? That's the rumor. Don't hold me to it. It's so fucking gay. It's so fun. It's like Falcon Crest. I can't. If I was running Major League Baseball, I'd be like, how the fuck do we compete with this?
Yeah.
There's all of this shit. They're all getting together and they're talking and they're
LeBron and Anthony are finally back together.
He can't wait to pass the ball underneath to Anthony Davis.
It's true. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of bitching and. It's funny. The first thing
it all started with Kobe and the fucking Lakers. They started this bullshit.
Because I never remember this when I was a kid. I was such a big basketball fan growing up. I don't remember.
It's the pile-on team.
Yeah.
They did it. They got Shaq, then they got Phil Jackson, and then Kobe. His whole career demanded like a fresh. He was like an emperor. Every 3 years, you had to bring a fresh new batch of fucking free agents in. So. Then they would just win a championship after championships. And then the Celtics did it. We did it in 2008 with the Big Three.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm glad the Raptors won.
And then Miami did it. And then...
everyone's trying to do it.
Now, then Golden State, they did it with KD. KD piled on, but like they're a weird hybrid where there was an incredible draft.
Oh,
with
really?
Steph and Clay and all of those guys.
Oh, they all got drafted in the
Yeah, as far as I know. I'm a little out of my element here with the NBA, but as far as I know, those guys all became stars there. It wasn't like they made their bones somewhere else and then, cashed in and went out there. Then they became a juggernaut. And in the middle of all of that was the Spurs that just did it the old school way.
Yeah, passing the ball.
Yeah. Like, I think the greatest player of that era wasn't Kobe. It was Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
But he wasn't...
He wasn't flashy. He was just such a put his head down and did the job.
He was going glass.
What did they call him?
He was beating you like your dad. Your dad would fucking beat you with that turnaround off the glass.
And silently. It must have been so frustrating. He wouldn't gloat.
Yeah, when he retired, he just retired.
Yeah.
He didn't then make a documentary and win an Oscar. He just sort of left.
Neil Brennan's got a great line about Kawhi Leonard, who reminds me a little bit of that. I mean, that mentality. Neil Brennan's got a line about Kawhi Leonard where he goes, he's like, Kawhi Leonard seems like he's the kind of guy whose family doesn't even know he plays in the NBA. He's just like, all right, I'm going out to work. And a couple hours later, he comes home and he's like, "What's for dinner?"
That's why he's so badass, and that's why. And everybody on Instagram, I'm acting like he's a robot and he doesn't have any feelings. It's like, no, okay, he could ramp it up, but the rest of you could dial it down. Yeah, because I got to tell you, that fucking bullshit in sports now, where anytime you do anything, you turn and you look at the crowd and yell like you're in 300.
I love it.
And you're yelling at a dad who's there with his 4-year-old kid. And then, of course, if you don't catch the pass or you strike out or you fucking don't hit the layup, then you just sort of just go to the dugout or go back. There's no grandstanding there. It's
didn't they get mad at that pitcher, Strope? What was the pitcher for he almost got in the fight with Puig the other night.
I love that guy because he called Puig out going,
he did.
What are you doing?
Come on over.
Yeah, you're just yelling.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything.
And he's big for a pitcher.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been a good fight. And the announcers were like, come on, you got close to the mound. You know you could have made it there.
Yeah, he always does that. He starts to go, then people hold him back, and then he really starts charging.
That's kind of how I fight.
That's how I fight, too. That's why I recognize it. It's like, oh, he's doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's afraid.
Yeah. Hold me back.
Please, hold me back. You hold me back? You got a good grip? All right. Oh, let me at him. Let me at him.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Well, let's talk.
Where did that start? I feel like this is more on brand. I feel kind of bad for your listeners now because as one of your loyal listeners, when you do interviews, I always miss – I like them, but I miss when it's just you riffing, and I feel like this is you riffing. So I kind of want to stay out of the way.
There's a couple of people that have said that. Well, maybe it's that I'm not a good interviewer. You like that? Now I forced you into a corner. Now you have to compliment me.
Or just stick with the insults. Or just double down. Yeah, maybe they're right. No, you definitely are. Here's what it is. I enjoy just you so much, you riffing, which must be to do that twice a week is crazy.
No, it's great. I get to empty out my fucking head.
Yeah.
I get to empty it out.
Like
I'll tell you what I want to fucking go off on is I was pushing my lovely daughter down the street, and the gays were getting all ramped up for the parade, right? They were. It's just like what you wanted to sell in this past month was tank tops. You would have fucking made a killing, right?
Oh, God.
So all these shredded gay guys are walking down the street, and then this lesbian chick with their girlfriend. She's out there just no shirt on, no bra.
Oh, wow.
Tits painted with like glitter on it. And I got my kid there. And it's just like,
That's insane. It's not good nudity.
No.
Yeah.
I feel bad for all the conservative gays whenever that happens. I always pictured them rolling their eyes.
Yeah.
Just being like, see,
this is why.
There's a breeder with his kid, and he's going to leave with that story. I'm sitting here acting like a gentleman with my tank top tucked into my short shorts, behaving myself.
My khaki short shorts and my salmon cutoff.
I was worried that there was going to be a lot more lewd behavior. It's not. It's way toned down. But I think also
you're comparing it to L.A.
Yeah, and L.A. was the Halloween parade, and somebody talked me into going to that in the late 90s. This older gentleman I met in a bus station who gave me a drink.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
I got roofied. No. And we went down there, dude, and the Halloween parade out there, that is not for anybody under the age of 28, I think. It was just...
Or over the age of 30.
Late 90s. It was just like, all I remember was just a float of dicks.
Yeah.
And it was just like...
Yeah.
I confused it with the gay pride parade. It's like, why would they do that if they're trying to get mainstream? And then it took me years because it was so like, I was culture shock. I'd never been around that.
Yeah. It's true. And it's really great. I remember the first time I went to LA was to do this movie. The first movie I ever got, second time I'd been on a plane. There were all these new experiences for me. It was in 99 and they put me up at a hotel called Le Montrose on Hammond right off of Sunset.
Okay.
So between Sunset and Santa Monica Boulevard, there's that steep decline, and and so on my time off, I didn't have a car or anything. On my time off, I would just walk, and naturally just walk downhill. and it empties out right into the heart of West Hollywood, like right there and I remember talking to my friends back home. They were like, "How's LA? How's it going out there?" And I was like, "It's good. People are great. It's been."
The guys are really friendly.
I was like, "It's super gay. It's so gay. Like it's really."
Oh,
gay.
You didn't know that you were.
I just hadn't traveled outside.
Yeah.
Every restaurant I'd been to, I just walked in that neighborhood. And this was the first few days I was there, but it really, like for somebody coming from the suburbs, and I went to a very progressive college. I went to Vassar, which was like, we had a dance.
Isn't that a woman's college?
It was, yeah. And then they tried
Look at you.
Yeah,
and you showed up and you crushed it all, didn't you?
It was 62% female.
Did you used to say progressive shit when you were banging all of them?
It was before.
I've never respected you so much. Did you let them be on top so they could feel like they were in the power position?
And there were a lot of the guys of the 38% that were guys. They were gay. So it was the first time I'd really been around that. It was really
dude, you crushed it.
It was fun. It was fun.
So you majored in pussy, basically.
But it really raised the bar. It was difficult then to get out into the real world.
What is the area of expertise at Vassar as far as like engineering school? I know what is it?
It's they have a really good English department. I was a philosophy major. I dropped out after 2 years. So
you just went there and you banged a bunch of chicks.
I went and I really fell in love with acting.
What was your opening line? Acting. I'm not gay.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was, but also for acting, I was in a sketch comedy group. It was the fucking best, and it was the opposite of what my high school experience was like, which was like typical suburban. The jocks and the rich kids were on top,
right?
And the like theater nerds were closer to the bottom, and it was totally reversed at Vassar to the point.
What's cool about my high school was my grade specifically. Everybody hung out with everybody by the end.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It was a public school.
Yeah, and it was just like by the end.
No shit.
What happened was it was weird. Like the grade above me and the grade below me were like Mad Max. They were like lunatics. Like the grade below us could kick the shit out of our grade, right? Yeah. And the grade above us, they were fucking lunatics. Like there was one kid in that grade, like his party trick was he would eat a light bulb.
Oh my God.
Lunatics.
Oh my
lunatics.
God. The whole crunch it and you saw it?
Eat it, bloody. I never saw it. I didn't go anywhere near that guy. He's going to show up with my fucking orange hair and he's eating a light bulb. But that would be the next thing on the fucking menu for entertainment. I didn't go anywhere near that guy.
How do you top yourself? How do you go from where do you go after light bulbs? I'll tell you where you might go. Is my brother's going to be pissed for telling this. My brother loves you too. He's the one that got me into your podcast. But he went to school with a kid, and I think he may have witnessed this. The kid was like, and it was something dumb. The kid was like, if you make that, some other kid crumpled up a piece of paper and was like, all right, who thinks I can't make this shot, from across? And he goes, and the kid volunteered it. He goes, if you make that, I'll eat my own poo. I'll eat my shit. And the kid made it. And according to my brother,
no way.
And there were many witnesses. It was in the cafeteria. He dropped his pants.
He wanted to do it.
Probably.
He wanted to do it. And he willed it. He willed that thing in there.
And it wasn't even like a little bit. It was like a.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. You can cut that out. I asked you if you cut anything out.
I'm not leaving. I'm not cutting that out at all.
Oh, really?
Fucking leaving that in.
I deserve it.
That horrific. Jesus
Sorry.
Christ.
Yeah. Yeah. And every once in a while, my brother will get a text.
Who said that? He wanted to do that.
He must have, right? It happened. That's something that happened in a school that I went to. Yeah. And
was this person you? It's what we have to gradually do here. Dude, I haven't been in the recorded with you in a couple of seasons.
I know.
And one of my favorite memories was trying to hold it together when you were doing Kevin. When you do that, I wasn't doing anything.
Uh-huh.
That you were like, I wasn't doing it. Sure. And you just had that look on your face of like adolescence, but also like, thinking you're making a point, but you weren't. Like the first time I watched you, and you basically had that character like day one.
Well,
Vince was telling me, I got this guy, Justin Long. I'm telling you, he can do this fucking thing. And then just from day one,
you gotta listen to him. He's awesome.
Yeah, you're gonna love him. You guys, you should know this guy. And you fucking just immediately went in there and just had like that you had your eyebrows down.
Fucking dildo.
Yeah,
well, I think that guy
dildo.
It lives in me. He lives in that. I think he's like in people. It's the adolescent. It's the kid. I don't think that ever goes away. You just learn to manage it a little bit. I mean,
how do you like I'm always fascinated with actors. How you guys do this shit. as far as like actually becoming like somebody else. Because there's two kinds of acting. There's just like, okay,
Talk about Adam Driver.
Yes.
Yeah, Driver. I love that
Yeah, Adam Driver.
She knows her
Have you
cues.
seen him in Burn This
No,
Shit?
I'm dying to see it.
Gee, dude.
I'm dying to see it.
I'm not,
I love that play.
everybody's great in that, but that fucking guy comes in and he's just a tour de force.
Yeah.
He just comes in and he's
Yeah, he's a
killing,
beast.
and his comedic timing. There's so much shit in there that isn't necessarily written funny that he gets a huge laugh on, and it's the way he says it, when he says it. He's got a little thing he does, the way he folds his pants, the way he meticulously takes his time.
And you said so different than anything you'd seen him do.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally different accent and all of that, and the way he was kind of turning his head this way, the way he was talking, and it was just
I
like
love that.
that's a guy that like I'm just excited after doing a couple of years here of this cartoon that I can give you 3 different reads of a line. Like that's my Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, but I got a bone.
Where
to
are you
pick with
going?
you.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Where are you going?
There you go. Look, you got 4. You're better than me.
But I got a bone to pick with you because you talk about not being at that level. I saw The Front Runner recently. I don't know if I texted you about this. You're fucking great. You're like
that was me with a fake mustache.
No, you're good. You're really good. You're like Joe. You remind me of like Joe Pantoliano or like Bruno Kirby back in the day.
I
You
just
fill that
brought him
role.
up the other day. I love that guy.
I love that guy, and it's honest, and you talked about this with Adam in the context of Adam Driver, but it is fucking hard to go in and be yourself. It's hard to be a guy close to you, and that's what you do. That's what you were doing, seemingly in The Front Runner, and it's natural, it's honest. That's not easy to do. So I think.
Well, I think you should give yourself a little more credit.
A little more credit.
But yeah, that day was fun when we were yelling at each other. Because there's no one better.
No, you, Sam Rockwell, Keckner. You should see Keckner when Keckner does Bob Pogo.
Well-
he looks like he's doing the backstroke. He's just swimming his arms. He just swims his arms backwards. Oh, Frank! We film him every year when he does it,
Oh, really?
and it's just like, yeah, you want to be in like. It's just like, is Keckner coming in? So Keckner comes in.
Well, I remember one day, I think you may have told me this, or maybe Mike Price told me, because I went to put on, I was recording after someone had been in there, and I put the headphones on, and they were so soggy, like the ones we're wearing now, these kind of puffy ones, they were so soggy that it left a liquid rim around my ears.
Oh, no.
And I said, what the fuck is this? And they said, oh, that's, Keckner was just in here.
Oh, you have to wring out the headphones.
Yeah. But I bet because he's so physical. He's so. I mean, and it sounds like that. That's why the performance is so good. He's fucking great on that show.
My favorite day, I think, on that thing was that time I came to New York and both you and Sam, we all got to record with each other that day, and I got to watch you two guys fuck around. And then Sam's crazy. Like Sam doesn't even want a partition between you.
Yeah.
He wants to be like in the booth. With you, and I can't believe like all the different levels of like thrills I've gotten out of that show. Like one of my favorite fucking things is when we write a line and one of the actors tries to deliver it and it makes them laugh. I never thought I would get off on that because I always thought like I'm a comedian. I want to be the guy saying the funny line, but I totally get a rush out of that was my line or looking at the writer, at the table read who came up with it. I always give him a fucking look. It's just like,
oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about writing a whole script? Maybe something for you to star in or something?
Yes and no. Because I got the kid now, and I got to be honest with you that I really see like however long this cartoon lasts, when it ends, like I'm not filling that void up with more work. I'm filling it up with more on my kid.
So you prefer stand up is still so fulfilling to you that you don't need to be looking elsewhere.
Last night I did a gig for WDVE, Randy Bauman. He's been putting me on, like he's one of like there used to be a guy like that in every town, and Clear Channel just fucking eviscerated all of them, and he survived. And this guy, like Pittsburgh was a hard ticket to sell. And where the Improv was in this fucking mall, and there was one way in and one way out, and it was just a shit show. So and it was a big 400-seater, and it was just like it was just so fucking hard. So and I got to know him, and on the Rich Pitch tour, Charlie Murphy, rest his soul, and Donnell Rawlings, who was in Pittsburgh when I was there. And
Randy Bauman's like a promoter. He's like
he's the Pittsburgh guy on the Pittsburgh Steelers, Pittsburgh Penguins, Pittsburgh Pirates radio network.
Okay.
So Like, yeah, if you lived there, that would be the morning drive that you would listen to. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. So he, he told me, like, I would have a Thursday through Sunday there, and I wouldn't be drawing flies. So he goes, dude, next time you come, he goes, call in during the year when the Bruins play the Penguins or the Patriots play the Steelers, if there's an interleague. Yeah.
About the Bruins.
Oh, God, yeah. I still haven't gotten over that.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten over the fact. I'm fine with the Blues winning it. I haven't gotten over the fact that officiating is going to bug me for a while.
Like that they let them fight in the playoffs and
they let them play that way.
Yeah.
The way they haven't let people play, and then we had like brought a knife to a gunfight. Like we got the shit kicked out of us.
Why didn't you
watching a Bruins team getting out Bruined was fucked.
Must be really frustrating.
It was really frustrating.
But what's sorry.
But the other side is though. The other side is the style of hockey that St. Louis played. I like.
You want that consistent. Yeah.
I would like it to come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Because all of these fucking assholes watched Olympic hockey and was like, "There's no fighting." That's the kind of hockey I would watch. And the NHL always zigs when they should zag. Yeah. They listen to that shit. Yeah. I will tell you this: as frustrating as that is. And by the way, last night when I was the place where we performed was where the Penguins play.
Oh, okay.
They had they sold the arena, right? And I was in my dressing room, and when I went in there, they had Game 7 of the Bruins St. Louis, and it was 2-0 St. Louis. And in my head, I thought Mario Lemieux made sure they did that because he's a ball breaker. I did a couple things for him. I was like, is this guy still busting my chops?
That's funny. Maybe he was.
No. They said it didn't come from him, but they definitely said that they were going to tell him so he could laugh at me. But
you also give Pittsburgh respect. I mean, it's
one of my favorite towns ever. And I thought I got amped up when I went up to their venue and I saw they have their 5. I mean, they have the real banners inside, but they hang them outside like 5, like the Stanley Cup things. And I just thinking like they didn't have shit.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, they didn't have one, and they've won 5 since '91, I think. Like that is really fucking impressive.
Pretty cool.
And the fact that they got Lemieux and Yager, and then they went away. And then they had a dip, and then they got Crosby and Malkin. That's really hard to do, and you're a fucking great franchise if you can do that. Because I don't know who owned the Penguins before Lemieux started running shit, but like to transition the way they did, like say like the Patriots, like Bill Belichick's almost 70. Tom Brady's, who knows when he's going to quit, but I mean it's towards the end. When those two guys leave, and Bob Kraft is no spring chicken.
That's true.
When that all goes away.
That's true.
Like, the obvious happens. But for the obvious not to happen, it's very rare that you go from from all the greats leaving and then more greats come that quickly. Like, if you look at the Miami Dolphins, where they went from Bob Greasy, I always bring this point up, to Dan Marino. Then Dan Marino left in '99. They're still waiting.
That's right.
And they've signed free agents, and they've they got that kid from the Jets. They got that Chad Pennington, Jay Cutler. They've gone through fucking everybody. They just haven't been able to find a guy.
God, that's right.
Yeah, and
now who's the Tannehill? Right?
You can do what the Colts do, and see a guy you want, and then just tank a fucking season.
Irsay?
Yeah, Jim Irsay, one of the biggest cheats in the fucking business. He cheats so much. He points at. It's like the fucking dude that's like a frat boy date rapist with the Me Too button on. He's the football version of that.
Yeah. I didn't mean to go on a tangent, but there was. But you know what? I was going to say something about hockey. I know nothing about hockey. I only know about hockey through your show, and it's just for whatever reason I didn't grow up with it. It's a sport that does not interest me. But I still love hearing you talk about hockey. I wonder how many other listeners are like that.
I don't know,
because you talk about it.
It's the greatest sport. Even though I'm still walking off that crushing loss, but like.
But they don't show the fights anymore. They don't even.
They don't show the fights, and they don't fight. This is what fucking kills me is. The way St. Louis was playing was why you have an enforcer. And they would come out there and they'd beat the shit out of somebody or run their goaltender. Yeah. I can't, dude. I really can't keep the divorce is too soon.
So right. All right. So sorry I brought it up. But Randy Baumann, you were saying Randy Baumann brings you out there.
Oh yeah. So Randy has been bringing me out there forever. Mm-hmm. And so last night, you know, he had us all come out there. Like, it was just like it was Jessica Curson, Ian Bagg, Billy Gardell. I'm going to fucking forget somebody. Bill Caldwell, Randy Bauman. Who else? I'm gonna remember it on the walk home.
And just to do
so we went up there and and you were asking about like how much fun it is.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there going like, I have not done a lot of time because I've been doing this stupid acting thing, right? It's not stupid. I just feel dumb saying I've been in a movie.
Yeah.
So I've been doing like spots and shit, but not like hitting it hard. And all of a sudden weird. I got to do like this arena, and you know, I thought, okay, we're all going to do 20s, and they had me go on fucking last, so I got to follow all of these beasts. Everybody fucking murdered, right? And then I was just sitting there going like, all right, what do I talk about when I go up there? And I just decided like, don't put any pressure on you. And I went up there, and it fucking went great. And I just felt like it's just this
best feeling, I bet.
Yeah, and then I was doing my abortion bit, and as always, some white.
I can't wait to hear this.
Some white lady just goes in her 20s, and she's like, "Next, move on.
Nope, no.
Yeah,
I hate that one.
No, but she was cool because I made fun of her, and then she was cool, and then she was also there with the date, so I made a whole big joke going like, and I'm being cool with you, and I go, not because of you, it's because of the guy you're with, and I'm a fucking wingman. I want him to have a good ride home, and he fucking gave,
I don't want to be a cock blocker.
Yeah, well, I don't want him to hurt. You know, he's got to fucking sit there and listen to an earful of shit because of what I said, even though she brought the whole thing on.
Well, I was asking you about that earlier, why would people go to your show? They know your sensibility. They know, but this is different, right? Because it's like a bunch of comedians.
There was a bunch, but they were still cool. Like it's more. If I go to do like a guest spot, like then I kind of have to understand that. But it's also like it's a fun fucking situation. It's never like a bad thing.
Has it ever derailed a show? Like, have you ever had a heckler? So bad, one of these people, about the abortion bit, let's say, who's thrown you off so much that it's changed the course of a show for you?
Oh, fuck yeah! In the beginning, you would Roy Woods Jr. Just got it. Sorry.
For the listeners, Bill.
Yes.
Bill got like kind of a vacant look on his face for the last.
Because it was bugging me. I couldn't remember the last guy's name. Okay.
And I felt like I needed to kind of stall and filibuster.
Right.
Because I knew you were
trying to remember. See, you're an actor. You can read. You can read people.
But, yelling at one another, not to jump back to that, it was so fun for me. It's so fun for me to do those scenes with you. Bill plays my dad on the show. And Frank Murphy. And there's no one better at yelling. There's no one better at, like, expressing rage.
Anger. I know. It's embarrassing, dude. My anger is embarrassing to me at this point.
Well, you've been working on it a lot.
I have, but I haven't been going to therapy because I don't want to do that shit over the phone. It just feels fucking weird. Like I'm ordering a pizza and I'm talking about my fucking feelings.
You prefer in person?
In person, and I prefer a woman.
Oh. Huh.
I don't like fucking sitting there talking to another guy like that intimate weird shit. It just gets fucking weird.
Well, because eventually it could veer sexual or it could veer like childhood stuff, and it's, you don't want to.
Yeah, you get like choked up and it's just sitting there with some guy. It's too fucking weird. And I don't want to reach that level of comfort with another straight guy. I just don't. Right. You can call it homophobic. I don't give a shit. Okay, this is my therapy session. I'm living my truth. Yeah. This is what I'm comfortable with.
That makes sense. Like Are you? Do you cry easily? Do you like if you're around your wife or your daughter? You must have really moving moments. I mean, you talk about
animals suffering, children suffering. I'm kind of I'm a hacky crier, and people dying.
Yeah, like
I got a friend of mine that's going to go soon, and I had to go up and go say goodbye to him. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah,
it's just fucking brutal. So,
well, it's like the important. I mean,
I'm not like. But like when my wife would watch The Biggest Loser, and those fatties would start crying, like I would just die. I would die laughing. And my wife would get so mad at me. She goes, "This show is inspirational. What's wrong with you?" It's like it's a guy crying over sandwiches. This is just funny, right? And then what was hilarious was when she came to my house one time and she was totally into the show. So it was like the finale. And there was these two brothers who, I don't know what happened to them, but the more they lost the weight, the more emotional they got. And it literally got to the point where like the guy would reach over and turn on a lamp and just start crying like, 6 weeks ago, I couldn't do that. My armpit fat would have blocked me. I couldn't even see the switch, right?
My fingers were too chubby.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even know there was a light in the room. I was blocking it all out with my lard. So we're watching it at home because Nia wanted to watch it, and one of those fucking dudes got up there and started crying, and I started laughing, and my wife elbowed me. I was laughing quietly because I didn't want to embarrass my wife or whatever. And then my mother walked in the room and saw the guy crying, and she goes, "Oh my God." She goes, "Come on, get it together. Get it together." And then my wife's just like, she's just like, "Mrs. Burr." And she's,
it must have been like, okay, apple doesn't fall far from the tree over there.
Oh no, my mother's fucking hilarious.
I met her briefly.
I can't. Oh no, she is like, yeah. She like my mother is like totally like she holds you responsible for your actions, and I mean that as the biggest compliment. Well, okay, the way people raise kids now, where what is your feelings? What is wrong? Right. Talk to me, but blah blah blah. Or if you fall down, it's always like hugs and everything. And my mother would just be like, "Well, you shouldn't have done that." What did you think was going to happen?
Use your fucking hands.
Yeah, that was literally.
That's funny.
It was just like, well, you idiot, you should have been riding your bike out in the street.
That's the consequences.
Yeah, and I think there'd always be like a tinge of anger, and I think that was the love that she didn't know how to express. She didn't know how to hug. She's the exact like, but what I love about it is it's made me who I am in a great way.
Yeah, but it's probably also made you appreciate the huggers in your life, the people who are able to show affection. And
it depends. Yeah, it depends because some huggers are just fucking gross. They're just gross people.
Sure.
There's a lot of people you don't want to hug.
Most of the people we passed on the way here.
It was just sweaty and glittery.
Gross. Hairy and lardy. Jiggly. A lot of jiggling. Yeah. Bad jiggling.
High energy. Yeah. I mean, I was just a grumpy old man.
And it's so fucking hot. We have to impress upon people how like oppressively hot it is too. That's a part of it, I guess. I mean, if it were like kind of brisk, nice weather, it'd be like.
Now, do you think that is why they have the gay pride now, or is that people not liking gays and they make them march in this really hot weather? Or the gays like, we're not wearing clothes anyways, honey. I don't care.
Any excuse. Well, we had a dance at Vassar, which I keep talking, called the Homo Hop. That was like the big dance at my college. And,
it's called the Homo Hop.
Isn't that crazy? And this is in the late 90s.
All right. Oh, yeah.
So that's, kind of ahead of its time.
Believe it or not, that was a long time. Forget about time. That was socially a long time ago. Mm-hmm. I listened to this guy who was doing...
that was like centuries ago.
Yeah, who did The Office. One of the most absurd shows ever.
Mike.
Totally absurd. Borderline could get cartoonish towards the end.
Can't do it anymore.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
He goes, you could not do that show. And I was trying to think, what in the fuck?
Oh, dude, watch Seinfeld. Every Seinfeld episode. And you watch it. And now knowing what you know about writing TV shows, you like the brilliance of the structure of those episodes. It's fucking, I marvel at how that show is written.
Right.
And so much of it you can't do. So many episodes. There's always something that comes up at one point like, well, can't do that anymore. And people...
Well, they were the anti-progressive. They were all about themselves. That's what I loved about it. I thought that, what I loved that they were so selfishly about their own needs.
But it wasn't malicious.
But then in the end... Well, they used to always bite him in the ass. But then in the end, then they get put on trial by all the characters and everything. Right. I love the last episode. I think that's coming around. People are going to go back and watch the last episode. I think they got too freaked out that they took him out of New York, but I loved it.
Well, it was when they lost Larry David. I mean, there's something that show lost something when. That's an or Waiting for Guffman, a show like Waiting for Guffman, just doing that voice, just that Corky. Have you ever seen Waiting for Guffman? Corky St. Clair. Oh,
I never saw it.
Man, you'll love it.
There's so many. You know what I saw yesterday that I really fucking liked? Did you ever see Lee Marvin in Point Blank?
No.
Dude, did you ever see Tim Robbins in? There's a movie.
Oh yeah, the play, but not the player.
No, the Jesus Christ! I always use this as a reference.
About Hollywood.
No, the one where he's the Vietnam vet and he gets shot.
Jacob's Ladder?
Jacob's Ladder. This is Jacob's Ladder before Jacob's Ladder.
Oh, okay.
Where you're watching it going like, was this all a dream or whatever? And it's just like...
Well, Lee Marvin, some of those movies in the 70s, you see them, they're like... That when it comes to like, I mean, we parody it on F is for Family. You guys are like really funny about parodying that on where they used to like slap women. I mean, it was like it wasn't borderline abusive. It was like those guys were like, talk about culturally different. I mean,
that's why I like watching like Me TV. There's something I had. You know, everybody had like a reaction to this whole like political divide, and screaming and yelling at each other, and people went down the rabbit hole on either side and went like further extreme, or you sort of tapped out. I tapped out and I just went, the rabbit hole I went down was like Me TV. And I just started watching all of these old TV shows and all of these old movies.
The best.
That took me back to like when I was a kid and I used to watch them with my parents. We'd make popcorn, and we thought it was amazing that we had bean bags, and we had and we didn't even have a color TV. We didn't have a color TV till I was like 10.
We got one pretty late. We had like a 13-inch TV for the first 10, 11 years of my life. But and so F is for Family parodies that, but it's also it also looks like kind of fondly on it. There's something about that's why I like. There's something about that show where it's like, that's funny, and like they were kind of. They weren't doing things quote unquote properly, but there was something beautiful about the simplicity of it all, you know.
Yeah, I've I don't know, something happened to me, man. I've been doing that. I got back into reading.
Oh really? You're about to read.
I'm not a do
you know what I just? Stabler's new.
I just read.
Book.
Oh my God, dude! When I'm done with that, you got to read that thing. You want to talk about if you tried to make a movie out of that fucking book? Just
really?
The first chapter where they just talk about all the women they banged.
It's like Christopher Plummer's book about acting. It's like it might as well be called like "Here's Who I Slept With."
Oh yeah,
it's a lot of like, and then I bedded so and so, and then I did Henry V.
And I hate how shit can be out that long, and now any fucking asshole now, when they want to put themselves up on a pedestal, can then go back and look at something like that and then just be like
sanctimonious.
Yeah, and it's just like, no, what they're showing you is what you would be like if you were born during his generation.
Yeah.
Somehow everybody in 2019 can look back. Like John Wayne was my favorite one that they attacked. The guy's been dead for 40 years.
Did they come after
him?
him?
And he was born in 1907, and they're like giving him shit. And it's just like, no, dude, this is what you would sound like if you were born in 1907. Yeah. Stop acting like you would be woke signaling in the roaring 20s.
If you were woke in the roaring 20s, you'd be like put away. You would be beyond ostracized.
What would be woke?
Right. Woke in the 20s.
Woke in the 20s.
Yeah, that's funny. Woke in the 20s.
You would be going, we need to be nice to these, and you'd be using racial slurs.
Yeah. And then you'd say things like,
we need to be nice to these whatevers, and they need to have their own section of town where they stay away from us, but there should be these so-and-so should be allowed to have running water.
Yeah.
That would be a liberal.
And the really woke ones would be like, and you know what? We should even be a little nice to these so-and-sos.
Yeah. These new so-and-sos. And fuck the next so-and-sos that get here. You know,
it's funny. I was just reading, because I don't read a lot either. I read like a lot of quarter of books. I get really jazzed about a book, and I read the first quarter. But I was going to recommend.
It's called getting the gist.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I get it.
I get it. Yeah. I see what you're doing here. All right. Whatever.
But my brother and I were writing this thing about that was set in the like late 1800s. This kind of this ghost comedy, and I wanted to get a feel for the language, and so I started reading Thoreau on Walden Pond. I started reading, which I had never read, and it's like the Thoreau book where they,
oh my God,
they make you read, and I can't believe I don't think I'd ever read it. I didn't remember it anyway.
What is it called?
It's called Walden Pond. Walden Pond. On Walden
yeah,
Pond.
that was in Massachusetts, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think, or New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
Oh, shit, I should know this. I read a quarter of it.
Okay,
but there's a part in it, and he was like the transcendentalist. You know, he was part of that movement that was like they were huge abolitionists. And so they were for their time, they were like the woke guy. The transcendentalists were like they were the woke guys for their time, and girls.
Okay.
And fluid and whatever.
And they. And she's and he's.
And all of them.
And
all
us.
of them.
And us. Us is too. Us is too.
Humans. I guess that's why people, have you noticed that on Instagram a lot? Like, this is my favorite human. I love this human. Have you noticed people using that language to describe
so
people?
you can't get in trouble?
Maybe. But Thoreau said, he was talking about, how wrong slavery is and like all of these progressive things. And then he goes, but then he started talking about Irish people. And he was like, he started talking shit about Irish people. And it was like, except everyone should be allowed to have these freedoms, except, of course, the Irish.
Oh,
which was crazy to me at the time that like that was the minority that was not even the woke people at the time weren't open to
well, I didn't know.
Irish.
I'd never heard of that Nina, which meant no Irish need apply. I never heard of that. So like when they came over, like that's what they were greeted with. I got to read a little bit of advertising here.
Fun,
you want to sit here and watch me read out loud?
As a fan, I'm just gonna
live.
Watch. Yeah. This is
All
weird.
right. Who do we? Oh, we got a bunch here.
Mia.
Oh, there's 3 here. All right. What do we got? We got Manscaped, honey. I saw a lot of Manscaped people out there, and I'll tell you, they were fierce. For the Monday Morning Podcast comes Manscaped. If you're going to the Pride Parade, it's a little late to do this. But for next year's Gay Pride, all right, when you're going down wearing a thong and a fucking antelope head.
Please use this product.
Yes,
Please.
number 1 in men's below-the-belt grooming.
And use it above the belt, too, guys.
Who's kidding who? Gays know to do this. This is for
Yeah.
straight guys.
Yeah,
Shave your hairy ass.
They've known for years.
Yes, Manscaped offers precision. This means it won't chip your fucking nutbag there. Engineered tools for manscaping with the right tool for the job. Talking points.
Yeah, ball bag.
Your ball bag. Wouldn't it be nice if it was smooth when you were younger, but still ready to operate?
Don't look at me when you're reading.
With a full-grown woman?
Bill's staring right at me.
I am. I'll talk about my ball bag right in front of you. Evoking the memory and fear of nicking your ball sack while manscaping. Oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing? Are these like... This is like, what's his face? The guy from Streets of San Francisco when he was in that movie. Don't dance!
Well, I didn't know that movie.
Remember the guy? Carl Malden and the guy who married the fucking raven-haired chick. Michael Douglas.
Oh, okay.
And he was in that movie where you go, don't dance!
Oh, I don't know. I never saw that. Sorry.
You never saw that?
No. Kirk Douglas?
No, Michael.
Is with Carl Malden, really?
In the Streets of San Francisco?
I never saw it.
Dude, you never heard the fucking theme song to that?
No.
Dude, this is
Are you allowed to do this while you're reading the ads?
Yes.
Oh,
no, because this is why people don't skip over my ads.
This is great.
Let's see if I can find this.
That's true. The ads are some of the best parts of the
Dude,
show.
this shit here.
And the companies don't get upset.
TV Toonsters?
You lose some advertisers, right?
The Jefferson, Taxi, that's not it. I got all these things. Monday Night Football. You fucking cunt. Dude, I'm playing that. I got to play that, dude.
Really?
It's oh yeah, dude. Yeah. The Beastie Boys should have covered it. It was so great. Theme.
Streets of San Francisco. Here, I can do that while you're reading.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah,
there you go. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah.
It's a two-hander is what they call it in the business.
It's a
It's a two-hander.
sidekick here.
All right, so let's get back to Manscaped here. Where the
Yeah,
fuck
how are you
is
going to
it?
transition back to smooth balls? But you can do it.
I don't know where the advertising went.
Uh,
What the
Maybe
fuck? You got to be kidding me! It just went away.
oh, so you lost them already? As an advertiser?
No, it all just went away. Like I had.
Okay, I'm going to play it. Patrick, Streets of San Francisco theme.
No, I need to do this shit. Ah, fuck. I got.
Well, now you can edit this, right?
No, people find this interesting.
Okay. I guess I do. This?
Wait till the horns kick in. There we go. Oh, it's the extended version.
Oh, that's cool.
We'd be sitting on our bean bags with fucking popcorn.
Starring Carl Malden. Also starring Michael. Wow, he's young.
The Streets of San Francisco in color.
That's cool. What a great. I love those quick edits.
Yeah. So all of this shit, this is like what Colt Luger
Yes.
and
I
all
was
this
just thinking
stuff.
Colt Luger.
I don't know if I can
But
play the
guess
whole
what?
song. I might get in trouble.
Brenda
I might
Sykes,
owe
yeah.
some money or
Oh, yeah,
something.
yeah.
Only played
Carol
fucking
Lawson.
3 minutes of that.
Oh, shit, that's cool.
Yeah, and it would just be like Carl Malden was like a fucking 90-year-old white guy, and he'd be chasing down Puerto Ricans and somehow catching up to him.
Yeah, he's such a beefy dude.
It wasn't necessarily that show, but there was just so many of those cop shows.
Yeah, Hill Street Blues and stuff. And
like Colt Luger, he's supposed to be...
Colt Luger is on
Ephesus Family, sorry. Yeah, he's supposed to be like a former movie star.
Yeah.
who was like a sex symbol and everything, and now it's...
They offer him a TV show.
He's at that point in his career, where now he's doing TV, and back then
He's
doing...
like Jan Michael Vincent.
Yeah, like doing... I loved Jan Michael Vincent.
I think he just died.
Yeah, he did. Shit. He did not die in a pretty way either.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
He
Dude.
started
It's like they
doing
were
a lot
pruning a fucking dead tree, man. He was like fucking losing his legs and shit. I don't know he had diabetes.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
it was bad. It was
you
bad.
know, I knew him from because he started doing so then after you do that TV show like you were mentioning, then you start doing what I grew up watching during my formative years, which is like Skinamax movies. You'd start doing like Caged Fury, you know, like movies like that. You know, those late
The Skinamax. You know what they didn't use?
What?
Manscaped.
Oh, good. Nice.
That's how I bring it back.
Woo!
I bring it back. All right.
Fucking segue there.
Fucking segue. Okay, evoking memories of the fear of nicking your ball sack while manscaping. Yeah, do I need to evoke the fear?
Yeah. How would you?
Well, I want to know.
That?
I don't know. I want to know what you have. Anyways, listen. Do you guys like your ball bag? Do you like your ball bag being fucking?
Do you like the contents of your ball bag?
Yeah. You want them to stay in your balls? Use Manscaped. It's the perfect package 2.0 kit that features the lawnmower.
Jesus.
That sounds like it's for the ladies. You need a weed whacker for the men there. 2.0 with the skin-safe
Like a
technology.
machete.
This trimmer won't nick or snag your nuts. What's worse, a nick or a snag?
Oh boy. Well, Snag suggests that it's still in there.
I would take the snag because you get it over with. A snag means like so much of your ball bag got in there that it stopped the machine.
Exactly.
A nick, you took the loss, and you're going to feel that for a while.
And then when the snag, you got to somehow extricate your balls there from.
Yeah, and then later on that night when you're getting a little bit of action, you know,
What
and
happened
it's still
down
a
there?
fresh cut down there. Then you got to worry that, you know,
Right.
well, God knows what just went in there.
Women have to hate balls. Huh? That always amazed me when.
Oh, they get enough advantages. They can take a couple of balls every once in a while. It's also 100% waterproof, so you can use it in the shower. You can fucking shave your balls in the shower. Don't use the trimmer. You did that when I was a kid. You died.
Well,
And everybody laughed at you. Hey, he electrocuted himself trying to shave his balls.
well, you know what they should do with a ball shaver? They should wait. They should somehow find a way to make the balls cold. You know, there should be some sort of air conditioning unit so they shrivel up, and then you get that kind of like elephant skin, and then it's easier.
Wouldn't it be more wrinkled?
No, wrinkled is when it's warm and they kind of hang, but when it's cold and they need to go back into your body, it gets kind of like tight and more of an easy surface.
Oh, that's the expression. Freeze your balls off.
Yeah.
Because your balls literally
Rescind.
will pull up into you.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. See, you went to Vassar, so you say rescind.
Yeah, so I thought you meant you know about balls.
So balls go. Yeah. All right. Don't use the same trimmer on your face that you use on your balls. I don't understand that. Your balls should be offended. Your balls are cleaner
Yeah.
than your face. Your face is just taking the
It's not
fucking
your
world.
asshole.
Yeah. They're protected by layers of clothes.
Yeah, it's
Precision tools. I bet those Arab women have really clean fucking faces, right? They have underwear in their face. Precision tools
true. Really pale.
for your family jewels. Your balls will thank you. Get 20% off, free shipping, and a free travel bag with the code BURR at manscaped.com. All right, we got MeUndies. MeUndies. Going to the gay pride parade. MeUndies. Did I mention they were gay? Running around in the village. Why'd I say village? I can't rhyme with that. Whatever. Too many fucking sweaty people.
Trying to grab some balls and pillage. MeUndies. Cut a hole in the butt and make an easier entrance.
Summer comes with a number of awesome perks. Vacations, beach days, and barbecues. But the one perk that outshines them all is summer-themed undies, courtesy of, you guessed it, MeUndies. MeUndies, you guys should make a gay pride fucking MeUndies. MeUndies is the only brand that lets you eat pineapples while wearing pineapple undies. Or watch the sky. That's how they use the Manscaped thing. They see if it can fucking cut a pineapple without damaging any of the pineapple itself.
I'd love
the
to be
husk.
a product tester for that company.
Yeah.
Or
Did
a
you cut
kiwi.
your balls again? We're so sorry.
Kiwis would be good to test on.
Oh, yeah. That's sort of an eczema.
Yeah.
Or watch the sky light up on the 4th of July knowing your undies are doing the same. Look out for our new summer theme prints dropped every day Tuesday. MeUndies also makes the softest lounge pants and onesies you've ever felt. Finally, you can match with your pup with their new Buddy brands, available in the same prints and colors as their undies. This is important stuff. They have underwear for a dog? Is that what just happened? MeUndies has a great offer for my listeners. Any first-time purchasers, when you purchase any MeUndies product, you get 15% off and free shipping. That's a big fat duh. I hate that line. I'll never read that again. Get 15% off a pair of the most comfortable undies you will ever put on. This is a big fat duh.
You know, for a second, I thought you said that. I thought that came out of your brain, and I was really surprised. That must be tough to read.
That joke was sweated on me from the parade on the way over here. To get 15% off your first pair, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/Burr. That's MeUndies.com/Burr. And lastly, but not leastly, Stamps.com. The U.S. Postal Service is an important tool for any business. Stamps.com is the easiest way to access all the amazing services of the post office. Stamps.com never closes. Print postage for letters and packages at your convenience 24/7. Print postage for any mail class right from your own computer. Stamps.com brings all the amazing services of the U.S. Postal Service right to your fingertips. I literally just said that. Buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter, any package, any class of mail using your own computer or printer. Stamps.com makes it easy. They'll send you a digital scale that automatically calculates the exact postage. I use Stamps.com whenever I'm sending out my posters to the gig when I whore myself out afterwards. I'm a moron. If I can do it, so can you. And right now, you too can enjoy Stamps.com, the Stamps.com service with a special offer. That includes a 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale. Go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in Burr. That's Stamps.com. Enter Burr. All right, we're in the home stretch here. You want to do how much time have we done here?
We have
What are we up to?
40.
56 minutes.
Wow.
Look at that. I can feel an hour, man. That's how long I've been doing this. All right.
God damn.
Let's do...
You know, I'm jealous of your meat. What's the meat company that you advertise?
Oh, Butcher Box.
Ah, God, I wish they would. I'm doing the... Yeah, I wish we would
You got to get the heritage breed pork.
I know. I'm trying to get them to be a sponsor so we get it for free.
Well, what's the name of your podcast?
Life is Short, yeah.
Life is Short.
Guys, Life is Short. I do it with my brother. It's so fucking fun. I was just thinking about that when you were saying how fun it is to do stand-up. And the difference between acting, you know, you've been acting in this thing.
Yeah, this is great. Don't ever sell your rights or give this is your thing.
You
Don't ever fucking do that.
Well, I'm doing it with a company. This company Wondery. I know.
If you ever want to free yourself, come over to fucking All Things Comedy. We
Oh,
don't
really?
poach. We don't poach. Just saying. You own your podcast. All right, dear Billy the Dilf. This is from a female fan. That's a dad I'd like to fuck. Look at me.
Yeah. She'd like to fuck you. That's cool.
That's cool. Every once in a while, I get a little nod. I am a soon-to-be 24-year-old lady. I said lady because my eyes go faster than I'm able to talk.
Lady Majora.
Lady from Serbian part of Bosnia
Whoa.
and Herzegovina.
Oh, wow.
That's Eastern Europe, everybody. I am currently studying economics in Vienna, and I am so sad I missed you in January, one of my favorite gigs I've ever done. I'll definitely be back because I had to wait for my visa to approve back home in Bosnia. Hope you'll come again sometime. I definitely will. I've been waiting to write in for quite some time because I think I have the perfect opening greeting because you are a DILF. This is fucking bizarre. I'm already saying this is bullshit. This is a guy from Transylvania writing this in. You are actually my father's age. Gross! This is getting more... Okay, I have no father issue at all. Oh, none at all.
Oh, yeah.
If you were wondering...
He thinks she doth protest too much.
I just think you're really handsome. Who knew? That's where... If you go to Eastern Europe, I'm actually a good-looking guy. Good evening. My question is, are you going to Wimbledon this year to support Novak Djokovic? Have you ever watched him play? Yes, I've watched him play at Roland Garros, the French Open to us Americans. He will probably be in the final again this year, or so I hope. He has had one of the best comebacks in the history of tennis. going from an elbow injury to number one again since last year. All the best to you and your family. Well, you know something?
Like she brings your family into it.
Yeah, I'd like to bang you in front of your wife. All the best. P.S. When you were on Conan, you said you were coming to Bosnia as part of your European tour, and you weren't.
Oh,
well, I must have fucked up. I think I meant Boston. I thought that would be something you could chime in on. All right, let me do something else here. Okay.
Well, you know what I was just thinking about? I was hung up on the fact that she was born either right after or at the height of that war, that like really intense war in Bosnia.
Yeah, I got a little intense with the genocide and all that.
It did. And here she is now a grown woman.
Didn't Clinton lob a couple bombs over there because
sure
he was trying to get the blowjob heat off of him? Dude, they're fucking animals. They're all animals, other than Jimmy Carter.
But here now
I like the first George Bush, too.
I love Jimmy Carter, yeah.
Jimmy Carter's a great guy. George Bush was a fucking pilot in World War II. There's nothing not to like. Other than that, you had an actor. You had the boss's son. You had a horny jerk-off from Arkansas.
What do you know what? You've been getting a lot of letters from women, which is great, and I know you're excited about that. But the last few you got, the last one was kind of like, it was hard to even figure out what it meant. It was so...
yeah, that happens a lot. Well, if you listen to me read out loud, it's hard to figure out what I meant, so that's my audience. That's what I have no one to blame but myself.
Right. Well, you can't shit on them because they're your fans, too.
Oh, they shit on me all the time. Billy Bumballs. All right. Glad you're enjoying being a dad. Mine's 5 now. The only times I reacted with other kids were, all right, 1, my kid's mate was blasting my boy in the face with the super soaker, so I took it out of his hand and blasted him in the face till he started crying.
Jesus. What?
I know. You shouldn't do that, but I understand. Chris Rock, I understand. And 2, some bigger kids were playing football next to my toddler. The toddler playground, and they kicked the ball over the fence. So I picked up the ball and threw it as far as I could.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, this guy's got issues. I used to play in goal, so I knew how to throw it. After they asked where the ball went, they went off looking for it. They never came back.
What?
Love from London.
Oh, he's like a hooligan.
Oh, football. He's talking soccer. He played goal, so he did the fucking...
Yeah. I know how to do it, these little fucking cunts. They never found the ball again. They deserved it. Well, it's a bit like what you're dealing with on the playground with that. That's such a funny story when you caught under your breath. You called the kid a fat fuck.
Oh, you fat fuck. Oh, yeah.
And then his friend was watching you.
Yeah, stared at me. Then he talked to me.
Yeah,
and they both looking at me.
I know. That made me laugh so hard. Imagining
standing there with a big dumb mustache. Yeah, it was bad.
Imagining those 2 little kids. It's probably the first time they heard an adult call them a fat fuck. I'm guessing.
Wasn't my prouder moment.
Yeah. But, I mean, what do? You want to defend your little sweet little daughter. I mean, it must be... You know.
Yeah, dude. I got to tell you, like, the craziest thing about becoming a parent is that day when you realize, they're old enough and you suddenly feel like that being needed... is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to satisfy your own ego, this person needs me. It's just like, whoa. Like
that's a lot of pressure.
I have a responsibility.
Yeah.
I have to be here. So
holy shit. I hung out with my friend's kid, not like separate from their parents. And I noticed we were doing bits together. It felt so good making this kid laugh. Oh, it was the fucking best. And it started to advance. This thing, she would be on the couch, and I was down on the floor, and then she would get off the couch, and I'd start going up on the couch. And it was this back and forth, and then she'd go halfway, and I'd go halfway. And it was making her laugh so hard. It felt so good. And I started to see the evolution of her sense of humor a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But that must be a thrill to watch her discover comedy.
No, she has a ridiculous sense of humor.
I bet.
Like she gets like... in like a mischievous way, if she doesn't do what we say, she thinks it's funny. And then she also can hear tone when I'm being serious. Like, if she doesn't do something that I wanted to do and I think it's funny, I just go, hey, and then she runs away and it's funny. But you got to be careful with that because you got to make sure they also know when you seriously mean something. Because then if they go outside, because they go outside and they're walking towards a truck, and you're like, hey, stop, and they're like, ha ha ha, and they keep, you got to watch out. Yeah, like I have. Yeah, the Stephen King has nothing on a parent's imagination of a fucking horrible shit that you can think. Let's read one more and then we'll be done here. All right. Ford versus. By the way, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, this is what a thrill.
Ford.
That sounded sarcastic, but I
No.
Oh, what a thrill!
I can tell how fucking excited you
Yeah.
are. You've been a little nervous here.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, you've been a little like you're definitely showing the podcast too much respect here.
Ah, no, it's deserved.
All right, Ford versus Ferrari. Not to say that your performance suffered before you get in your actor head here.
Oh, God.
All right, hey Billy Butt Plug. When you were talking on your last podcast about how dominant Ferrari was at F1, it reminded me that the trailer for Ford versus Ferrari just came out, which may interest you. I heard that's incredible. It stars Matt Damon and Christian Bale. I'm in. And it's about the story of Ford trying to engineer a car and find a driver to beat Ferrari at the 1966 Le Mans, which I know how that ended. Would like to know how wet this makes you. Gross. Thanks and go fuck yourself. I don't even know if that's still in theaters, but that's a big fucking baby boomer super rich guy car is to buy one of those Ford GT from the Le Mans. I had it as a kid. I had it like the toy car.
Uh-huh.
I had all of these guys like Jackie Stewart's Elf car, the blue one, the Johnny Player Special. I had all of these race cars when I was a kid, not knowing who these people were. And then later in my adult life, I got into racing, and I went back through the history, and I was going like, I had that guy's toy. I mean, I knew of Jackie Stewart, but anyways, that's a whole nother tangent here. And my kid gets up in like another hour. So I got to wrap this up.
Man.
All right.
Oh, man.
I got to tell you, dude, if there's no other person I would want to wade through the gay pride parade at 95 degrees with than you, dude. I got to thank you for all your seasons of absolutely fucking brilliant
I love
work.
doing it. I fucking love doing it. It's such
Yeah.
a fun character. We should record more in person because I miss doing that. I miss being
Yeah. Well, if we can ever get Sam to get out of the fucking house, that agoraphobic
know.
lunatic.
a fucking Oscar-winning.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah,
How about that, huh?
great.
But I think we got a couple of Oscar winners at this point.
Yeah,
that have
is
done
Laura
voices.
Dern? Did she? She's got it. She must have something.
She's been nominated. I don't know if Golden Globes. She's got all that stuff.
Yeah.
She has that, and also everything. She has that ability. Everything that she picks is always amazing.
Yeah, and I love Vince's character on it.
I know.
I've been really enjoying that because when you record them, you don't really get to. I don't always read the episodes. I just go, which is embarrassing to admit. I just don't read my stuff. But I also, as a fan of the show, I like waiting for the episode to come out. I fucking love Vince's stuff. So fun, man.
All right. Well, season 4 should be coming out. I don't know, probably the beginning of next year. They renewed us pretty quick this year, so we cranked them out. Actually, I got to go home and fucking edit one of the animatics. My favorite thing.
Oh, really?
Editing. Yeah, I hate it. But I do it. It's a labor of love. All right, Justin Long, everybody, has his own podcast called
Life is Short.
Where can we see it?
Apple, all over. Apple, Wondery.com.
Wondery.com.
Life
and
is Short.
What do they call the Apple Music thing? iTunes.
iTunes. Oh, God.
See that?
Oh, boy. It's like the blind leading the blind.
You really
Yeah.
are 41.
Yeah.
The first time ever you looked 41. On the Apple thing, it's a fruit.
It's
pear.com.
The World Wide Web there.
The World Wide Web. All right, Justin, thank you so much.
Thanks, buddy.
And good luck to both of us getting the fuck
back.
out of here.
Oh, my God.
All right, buddy.
Oh, dude.
Beautiful, dude.
I'm sorry.